Alright guys, I'm going to be doing a video how to put together and review of the Groundbreaker 2 from REI. So we'll see how it goes together. Whoa! Huh. Well, that was easy. Alright guys, on the right is the tent I normally take camping. It's like a 3-man tent. That's the Groundbreaker 2 that I'm probably going to start using. Obviously you can tell it's a lot shorter, so that does make it easier to pack, but also, and obviously you guys can't see this, but it is a heck of a lot lighter as well, so that'll help me save some poundage when I'm going backpacking now. Alright guys, for this video we're going to go ahead and do a little how-to make of the Groundbreaker 2 from REI. You guys might be wondering why I'm doing this in the basement instead of going outside. Well, I figured it's going to take me a minute to get this put together, and also it's a little gross outside, so I thought I'd go ahead and do this in here and go from there. Alright, so I really like the bag. It's not so small like an ultra light camping bag, tent bag, but I think it's light enough where I can put it on my external frame backpack. It's got a handle, which is nice. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Rolls out pretty nice. Looks like it's a tri-fold. Comes with the pull bag, some stakes, it's just any stakes would do. I'm guessing this is probably the rain fly here, and then the actual tent itself. So when I'm doing tents, I like to go ahead and do the tent first. Kind of interested to see how big this thing's going to really be, to be honest with you. I didn't really see a display of it when I was at REI. Okay. Looks like the main thing's going to be finding all the corner pieces. And then feeding the poles through the hooks. I'll kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. Once I get this thing really unfolded and laid out, basically you got to find these corner pieces here, little corner ribbons for each side, because that's where your poles are going to end up and where you're going to stake this thing to the ground. Just like nicely folded. I'm never going to be able to fold this back the way it was. So yeah, fold that out. So now it's its full width. Go ahead and kind of spread that out so you guys can see it a bit better. It's actually a very long tent. I can't remember the exact dimensions. I'll look it up and either put it on the screen or just kind of mark it somewhere here if I find it. So the next is going to be the poles. I guess I should show you guys what I was talking about. There's the end stake holes that I showed you. But then there's also these little hooks here that are going to guide our pole to the center, where there is a carabiner hook that's going to hold them both in place, kind of. Alright, let's get started. This is a lot easier with two people, obviously, because you can have one person feeding the poles while the other person holds the tent. But I don't have that. So it looks like these come in 3 different pole sets. These 2 bigger ones are the ones that are going to hold the tent together, and I'm guessing this one is most likely for a small awning for the rain tarp. So we'll see how if that actually seems useful or not. I will say one way I've done to lighten loads is to, kind of get rid of auxiliary poles and stuff like this for rain tarps and stuff. If I'm not going to spend too much time in the tent, especially if there's not a lot of rain forecasted. Probably going to hold on to those rubber bands as long as they stay good, but they're really cheap rubber bands, so we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and just get the poles all set up here. Can't wait to see how this goes. Okay. Wow, there's a lot more than I thought it would be. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the other one. Looks like the poles have a special end for the corner pieces. So that's a good way to find your end pole. Yep, they both have them. So cool. That's actually extremely helpful. My other tent, and I'll kind of show my other tent bag for a comparison to the other one. Probably should have done that in the beginning, but wow, these poles are huge. All right, so you can kind of see them here. Should have probably picked a better part of the basement, but that's where they are. Gotta feed these bad boys into the little hooks here. That's really what I'm talking about once I get done with it. But first things first. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Hopefully I don't hit my TV. We take that special end piece and put it into the ribbon part here to give it something to hold on to. You go ahead and start clipping these little clips into the poles. So what I'm trying to do here is to attach all the clips to the tent poles. However, I don't realize that once I pull the tent poles up, all those clips are going to be moving and they're going to get caught on the silver parts of the tent poles, which is going to make things super unfortunate for me later in this video, but I just don't know that yet. Okay, so we got all of the pieces hooked in. We got this hook kind of as best we can. So now the trick is I'm going to have to lift up one side, get it taut, and it's going to lift up the other rod. I'm going to kind of have to work it at the same time here. So and this is where I start to realize that I have to move the clips on all the tent poles because it is simply not going to work that way. So that's clipped in. Whew. Let's see where I think we're a little tight somewhere. I just gotta figure out where. Basically, I know you guys are not exactly seeing all the action here, but basically what I'm doing now is I'm kind of moving the hooks around so I can get this bad boy staked in the other corner. So that way from there I can even out the tension on both sides. Set this thing up again. Highly recommend having a friend with you to help with this, but I just wanted to let you know that it is not impossible. So I know that was kind of hard to watch probably, but there it is. Not too bad. Of course, I need to fix up some of it that I messed up. Like I said, I'm not going to get too crazy here. We'll see if we can put this thing on real quick. REI, if you want to sponsor me, go for it. Okay. I was actually kind of nervous because I didn't know if this thing actually came with a ring fly. When I bought it, it didn't really say on the package or any of the signage about this thing. Long story short, I got this for like $80. I was very happy. Okay. Let me kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea here. That third rod set is for the middle of this. Basically, there's a little pocket in here, and it just helps give you a little bit of an awning if it's raining wherever you're at. Oh, gosh, don't fall. Okay. There it is in there. let's go ahead and get these stake parts in. Adjust the tension and everything. That was just really tough, I think. I think that was the right way to do it. It was just, wow. Super tight. Yeah, that's looking a lot better, isn't it? Looks like I need to a little bit more tension going this way. Yeah, that is a little lopsided, but I think that's pretty darn close. Let's go ahead and check out the inside of this thing now. Again, one-handed's always fun. All right, okay. So, turns out that was just paper. I thought they were liners, like additional liners for the windows. Some nicer tents have those. So I'll tell you what. This is pretty spacious, I would say. I mean, if I laid down on the end, I mean, we still got, let's see if it fits a dog. Come here. Whoa. See that monster? Oh, it's a dog. Oh no, he's in the tent. Come here, buddy. All right. A couple features of this thing. I mean, it does close like normal, I guess. It's got a little overlapping flap down here, which I'm guessing is to keep out bugs and to help insulate. Hey, Charlie. It's got the open window flap there, and it's got the little roller thing so you can bunch this up and put it there if you need it out of your way. It does have the gear storage. This would be for like your cell phone, your wallet, maybe your keys, just so that way you don't lose it. And then on the other side, same deal, just another window, again with that awning up there. And then there is a small loop up here. I've seen, most tents I think have this. I've seen people kind of modify those to hold like a little mesh net or something so they can put their phones and other little trinkets, flash like that. I actually use it. I have like a crank lantern with a carabiner that I use for mine to have like a little lamp up here. You'll see, that's just perfect. Me and a dog. We're both able to fit in here. And he's 90 pounds, so he's basically the size of a human. So I think that worked out pretty darn well. Definitely good enough for a two-man tent. Definitely good enough if you just want to, if you're by yourself and you just need to store a place for your gear as well, I would say. What about you, buddy? You think so? I think so.